Was good. Okay, looks like it's up. Looks like, yeah. Alright, so it's recording. It's recording. Alright, what's good? What's good with it? What's good? What's good, my family? What's good, my people? So, I'm gonna go ahead and just give a little light right here shining. And yeah, this video right here, I got stuff to talk about. And this stuff right here that I just witnessed for myself. This right here, what I'm about to talk about, transformed my life in such a profound way. So what I'm about to talk about in this video is basically going to be very, very powerful. You can actually take this principle and apply it in your own life in whatever way you would like. And not only will this principle right here bring you health, happiness, and basically get you closer to the person that you would like to become in your life. This principle actually spiritually taps you in to the different spiritual aspects of your being. All right, so basically, like, you as a spiritual being, right? You are made up of all these different forces and energies, okay? So like, people would say, like, we are made of the 5 elements. All right, so what are the 5 elements? So we got air, water, space, fire, and earth. Okay, so like that's just 5 elements. The 5 element philosophy of basically like our planet and how everything, our bodies are composed, and Earth itself, and the way our planet manifested, and us as human beings on this planet. These elements basically make us up in a very like simple, practical way to understand that. It's just it's just really it's really philosophical. And it's very simple to understand something like that. So that's why I like it, because I like simplicity and I like practical shit. I want to be able to take something and literally be able to do it, okay? So if I can't take it and literally transform my life with it, I don't give a like. Why do I need to sit here and read a book that's well articulated and it's got all that knowledge that people talk about, right? For example, like, motherfuckers out here going to college, okay? And they give you like these giant textbooks, and they're so like really like well articulated, but they're saying all the wrong stuff. So what the book actually talks, what you read, the book, like what is talked about in the book is very key and is very crucial to how you will live out your life. All right, so I can't remember where I heard it, but basically, like, they will say something like this, okay? They will say, like, the way you live out your life. Okay, so the next 5 years of your life, are based off. So the next 5 years of your life are based off, okay? All right, so the next 5 years of your life, they're literally based on what you've been reading, what you've been taking in, based on knowledge, based on all the different experiments you've done over your life, your experiences, okay, your wisdom, right? Because knowledge is wisdom. Basically, wisdom is knowledge in action, okay? So the knowledge itself ain't gonna transform you, because right now we are in a certain age, okay? We are in the age of Aquarius, and we're kind of stepping into the age of Aquarius heavy. What does that mean? It means it's a knowledgeable age, and it's an age of experiences. Okay, so you want to have basically like knowledge, and you want to have experience. So what does that? So what is wisdom? Wisdom is knowledge in action. So you're literally applying the knowledge you gain and getting experiences. Okay, but you want to be careful with this, because there's a fine line between burning yourself out and becoming like a robot to the Matrix. So let's say like I'm so hell-bent on making money and getting into that position so quickly. I want it so fast. I need to get this, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just thinking like that, right? So I'm gonna literally like be more vulnerable to selling my soul. So I would be more vulnerable to getting fucked in the end and getting cloned or some shit by for example, like many artists nowadays are tapped into the music industry, and they quote unquote sell their souls. Now we know about these secret societies, or Illuminati, whatever you want to call it, the elites, right? And who own these different corporations, including there's some shit going on, and clearly there's some shit going on and been going on in the music industry that ain't right. And something's a little off, something's a little fishy, okay? So the music industry is literally like that, okay? So you once you become aware of these things, you're probably gonna see like new upcoming artists and shit like live out their lives a certain way. what happens is they're not free in their expression. They're like enslaved. It's almost like they're slaves all over again in the modern day. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like, what the fuck is actually going on? It makes you question things, right? So I've been like all over the place with my development. But basically, the point of this video right now, we're discussing what transformed my life. And we're gonna discuss that principle and why it does that. Because so like, let me just get into it. All right, fuck it. let's just get into it. So right now, I found a little setup right here. So just chilling in my little room right here. As y'all can see, it's a little step and slide fucking chair I'm on. It's pretty chill. But okay. So here we go, right? So right behind me, right? So I turn right here, you'll see a little paper on the wall. So that paper on the wall right there, so that paper on the wall, right? That paper on the wall, I use that piece of paper to manifest, okay? But, all right, so I want you... I'm gonna go deeper into this, and I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say, because when I use this paper to manifest, I actually ended up creating a conscious manifestation. So what does that mean? So for example, like normally, like, you know, like a lot of people, we're exposed to religion, right? So we're taught to like pray to God, right? Oh God, come fucking down and save me, right? So we're exposed to that ideology of what God is. So God is not what you've been taught. So all of a sudden you're gaining all this like Eastern knowledge, like basically like spiritual people, right? All right, you're spiritual, right? You're discovering all these Eastern philosophies and principles, right? Okay, so what you actually do with that is based off of a lot of your past and your past experiences. All right, so here we go. Like I love talking about this shit, yo. This is like, okay, so all right, I'm gonna get into it, yo. For real, like this video is gonna be like. This video is gonna be very important, and if people actually, if people, including myself, tap in to ourselves, which is God, okay? So all right. So I'm not even gonna go there. That's a separate video, okay? So the idea of God, right? It's been distorted and it's been taught all fucked up. Okay, so if you all of a sudden start getting all these spiritual knowledge and shit, and your third eye starts opening, bruh, you need to handle certain shit from your past. If you don't handle your past, what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a lot of unconscious things that prevent you from getting the reality that you may want consciously. Okay, so when I wrote on this piece of paper right here, when I wrote on that piece of paper, I consciously manifested. Which normally, what I started doing too, when I first got into spiritual, all these spiritual like knowledge and shit like that, I was basically meditating a lot on nothing, just trying to silence my mind. Okay, but I was experimenting with all sorts of meditations, like chakra balancing and opening, and like different meditations, focusing on the thoughts and seeing what's happening inside me. Basically, like meditation get deep for me, you know. There's so many ways you can meditate, and there's not just one way to meditate. That's why it's important to explore all the different types of meditation. Actually know from experience from yourself what it's like to have these different meditations. Any old heads that tell you, oh, you need to be this way, you need to do it this way, yo, they're missing the whole point of the game. The whole point of the game is for you to evolve. Not you follow this linear path that someone else laid out for you because they're older than you. It's bullshit, because clearly, like, our past generations have fucked up and they haven't moved society to where we currently present in the present moment where we want it to be. So we need to not only think differently than they do, we need to be ourselves, bro. But that doesn't mean don't learn from them, because they got a lot of things to teach you, okay? That's why it's important to let go of your ego. You can't just like be like, because all right. So we're about to get into it. This is the meat and the motherfucking, like, this is the meat of it, all right? So this is the juiciness of it, because I don't even eat meat right now, so I'm not even gonna say that shit. So, but this is the juice. This is that, yo. Okay, so, this is, man, this is all like coming together for me as I'm making this video too, because I had to manifest what I wanted on this piece of paper. I had to manifest what I wanted, and then I also had to learn from experience on the mistakes I made, because a Okay, so I'm about to tell y'all what's on that piece of paper. Don't worry, we're about to get there just in a second. But I wanna really like before we get into it, you really gotta know this right here. I use this to manifest something for like a basically like a this was all right. So this is a plan, okay. All right, so there we go. I'm just gonna say it right. This was a plan that I made for starting today. Like a month ago, I made this plan to start, and this plan goes all the way into the future for the next 10 years. And this plan right here, I had a spiritual reason for doing so. It's basically like to purify myself. And we're about to talk about it, what it is. But I basically did this to purify myself. Okay, so I was doing it steady hard for a month, and when I slipped up recently, I realized something that basically something awakened within me that wasn't aware of that consciously before. I realized I consciously manifested this, but because I made certain mistakes, I was able to learn from them. Okay, so that's key. That's what I want to talk about. You are going to fail a lot on your evolution. You are going to make plenty of fucking mistakes. So don't trip over your mistakes, dog. Because any piece of book you read, like you read Napoleon Hill, bruh. Read Napoleon Hill, okay? You read Napoleon Hill, okay? You read business knowledge. You read some spiritual knowledge. It basically talks about you have to stop giving too much of a fuck, because you are in control of your life and you are God, which is something that you have to reprogram yourself to understand. Why is it important? Okay, so if you don't think you're God, fuck that, okay? If you don't know you're God, right? If you don't even know you're God, what the contrary is basically hell. Because now, all of a sudden, if you don't know your God, one way or another, you are not in control of your life, because something up there, something higher outside of me is, okay? But because you become aware of the fact that you are God, okay? And by the way, this has a lot of knowledge attached to it too. Don't just believe you're God and start doing dumb shit. No, actually like dive into your own consciousness. Start going deep within yourself. Not only in the aspect of meditation, do your research and start reading different books, gain different perspectives. Start watching different podcasts and YouTubers like me, like you're watching this video right now, but different individuals as well. That way, you're getting an enhanced perspective of all these different areas of life, and you're able to bring it home into you, not anything outside of you, not your mind, okay? Once you learn these things intellectually, then you have to actually ground them and cement them to understand them in your being, dog. Because if you don't understand it from your being, what's going to happen is you're not going to truly get it. You're not going to get the lesson. Why? Because it's not coming from you. It's coming from something external. That's why you can't just read books and watch shit and learn everything. No, you have to have that delicate balance of, okay, I'm actually doing stuff in the external world to gain this, but I'm also in the internal world detached from all of this shit, because I know that I'm everything that ever will be in this present moment and ever was here in the present moment, okay? So that's why it's important to actually believe and understand, and to not even believe, but to know your God. And you can only learn this from wisdom. You can't just learn this through knowledge. You can't even just learn this through me saying it. And you might not even you might just be sitting here being like, bro, you tripping, right? Or I'm reaching or something, right? So, but in your perspective, in your frame of where you come from in life, you would be completely correct. Why are you correct? Because you manifest that reality. You manifest the reality of God is outside of me. You manifest that into your life one way or another. If you are what you know, and if you know that God is out there because your Bible or your Quran or your Vedas or whatever the fuck, because I don't even think the Vedas doesn't even talk about one God, I don't think, as far as I'm aware. But I'm about to read the Vedas, so we're gonna have like good ass like topics and videos on the Vedas, because I'm actually like reading different spiritual texts now. So I haven't done that before, and it's like I'm like, oh shit, I'm gaining like all this perspective. And right now, I'm really energetic. I'm fired the fuck up because I haven't made a video in a little while. And I actually have a strong reason that I'm looking forward to making this video. I know I talked about in my previous video that I'll be making this alkaline, breaking down the alkaline diet and basically giving y'all some research of the sciences that I've researched myself. I'm about to do a video on that. Don't even worry. But I thought this video was hella important. I had it in my psyche and I had to do this, man. This is me living out my being in totality, because basically like I know for a fact that whatever is inside of me can benefit someone else. Okay, whatever I've been doing, all the stuff that I've been focused on is definitely, I hope I don't even give a fuck if it doesn't help anyone else, because I just know, like, if you watching this video right now, like, you getting something out of this, and if you're not, then alright, then what's up? I'm just gonna continue trying my best in my life to make sure that I'm delivering as much as I can to the ones listening. So if you're listening thus far, mad respect. All right, anyways, let's get into it, right? Right here, bruh, right here. That's my little piece of paper, okay? So basically, this is a vow of celibacy of Brahmacharya. This is what I basically like made an oath upon that I would be practicing for myself. Not because of anything egotistical in the material world, but as much as also for that, but also from something bigger. I noticed through meditation and through a spiritual experience that I have certain traumas in my family lineage that I need to heal. One of them being lust, because I felt like my lust over women was taking me to a point where I was no longer attached to my higher self, and I wasn't moving in the path that would serve me the most. So basically, learning to control it is my way of serving my karma while I'm here in this lifetime to better myself. Now, for you, it may be something that you never maybe something else that you might want to do for yourself. But for me, this is the spiritual discipline and practice that really served me this month. And I'm about to get into literally why this transformed my life, because of the mistake that I made recently, which is to break that. I broke that oath consciously, fam. Alright, so look, I made an oath, right? I literally signed it and everything. Not by my signature, because I was taught to make signature in school, but I just scribbled that shit. But I didn't write no the signature here, cause I'm not about to make signature. I have a perfect signature, the exact same signature every time I do that signature thing at a check or whatever. I probably would eventually want to learn that, but right now I don't really care about that, because I don't think it matters, to be honest. I know some people trip over signatures. All right, anyway, so let's go ahead and get into this, okay? So I went ahead and made this vow to myself to transform my spiritual essence into something more pure, because I felt like I was getting weighed down to the material so intensely, to the point where I felt like I was always in my lower chakras. Even when I was practicing semen retention, as you know, is going on a lot right now in the YouTube, and it's trending a lot, semen retention, right? I found there's a delicate balance between attaching to fucking trends that everyone else does and actually finding this knowledge within yourself. I heard about semen retention and I learned it through the external world, but I found Brahmacharya through my fucking spirit. Two different perspectives coming basically from the same practice. Alright, Brahmacharya is basically semen retention. And if you don't know what semen retention is, it's pretty obvious. It's right in the fucking name. But you can check out my semen retention video if you don't know what that is. Okay, but semen retention and Brahmacharya are essentially the same thing, but Brahmacharya is rooted in a more spiritual foundation, whereas semen retention, it literally sounds like a new age, like trend type thing. which I'm not too aware of. I don't really give a fuck, to be honest, because no matter what, people are waking up on the new age trend, spiritual movement. People are still waking up, but there's a trap with that whole thing, because you need to be able to think for yourself, and you need to know that, and you need to understand that you are God, so you don't become attached to anything worldly, and that includes things like phenomenons that happen in our modern day reality. So semen retention, meditation, and all this holistic shit is going down, but there's something else going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of. Because why the fuck are so many like vegan foods bad for you? Why all of a sudden when everybody starts going vegan, why is all these vegan foods like terrible for you and have all these chemicals in them and shit like that? Also, why when Dr. Sebi starts popping off and people start doing this alkaline vegan shit, all of a sudden now we got alkaline waters and we got all these different water companies popping out of fucking nowhere promoting their shit so heavily, but their water is all fucked up, it's contaminated. Alkaline water. Like, that's why I'm about to get a distiller. Like right there, I got some alkaline water. But when you I've been doing some research, and shout out to the boy Young Pharaoh for putting me on game for this. If I don't know Young Pharaoh, go check him out. He's got a dope little YouTube channel. And he not even low, man. Like, he just got a dope YouTube channel, and he's pretty big. So like he speaks from a place where I like to learn from some of the stuff he says. But back on topic, keep it here. I like to learn from other people, other YouTubers. I like to learn from other books, and I have so many sources from where I learn, because I don't go to one person to learn anything. I don't go to one source, one motherfucking mentor, okay? Or I don't go to a council, only that council, to find my information and find out more about myself, because I need to know about myself. So how could I ever find that externally? No. Externally, it's there, and you're supposed to learn there. You're supposed to learn from other people too. But there's the fine line of the balance of knowing that you're a God and just being attached to the material, okay? So you need to balance that shit out, and you use both. All right? So, anyways, I'm gonna learn how to like slow my speech down, because I feel like if I slow my speech down a little bit more, I'm gonna be able to say like more of the stuff that I actually want to say. Because sometimes I'll be too fiery for my own good. I be way too high energy for my own good, and I'll just miss certain points that I'm like, oh damn, I could have said that, I should have said that. But at the end of the day, bro, this is a whole journey, and I'm learning as I'm making these videos, just as you could be too. Like right now, you could be sharing your information and your journey with the world, and you could establish something. Not only for yourself, but for to help establish something else, your gifts to help other people. Okay, so this is me reaching out to the world with a solemn purpose to do the best I can in this lifetime, which is all you ever can do, is your best. This practice has like literally like changed me, man. This celibacy just literally like, man, it literally like changed me, man. It literally changed me from the inside out. I can't even like, it's sometimes it just gets so hard to put into words, because it's so many things. It's done so many things, and honestly, like, I'm trying to figure out where to start. But here we go. All right, so I'm gonna start right here. Okay, I'm gonna start here. All right, so I'm gonna start here. So I'm gonna start with saying one thing. I'm gonna start with saying this one thing right here. When I noticed that all my family and my friends and the people around me were behaving a certain way, not only due to religion or anything external like alcohol or other drugs or education, so they might go to school, they might go do certain activities and leisures of theirs that make up who they are. Because what did I say the first thing when I started this video? Your experience. This is the age of Aquarius, aka the age of knowledge and age of experience. Okay, so wisdom is knowledge in action. So there we go. So when I started looking around and saw people around me behaving a certain way, I was like, what is going on? Like, why are all these motherfuckers behaving like the same? And not necessarily in their character or their personality. We ain't talking about material shit like that. What the fuck? No, I'm talking spiritually. Something is going on. Something is going on. I be seeing, like, for example, like this, these groups, right? I be seeing different groups, and these different groups of people kind of behave like they're all tapped into this source or something. This source isn't always righteous. So if your source of knowledge is coming from a fucking demon, so let's say you sacrifice a fucking child, because in our society we have a lot of child sacrifice. If y'all didn't know already, there's a lot of child sacrifice that happens. There's motherfucking pedophilic shit that happens, and shit gets hella dark. That's another video. I'm not gonna mention that here, but shit is fucked up and it's coming to light. Okay, so this is the stuff that I'm understanding. The consciousness of the human psyche, right? And it's not even the human psyche. This is like it oozes and it lurks into other dimensions. This kind of consciousness, it doesn't just mean human, because I know that I'm not just human. I'm not human. You are not human. You are a spiritual being. Now, whatever manifestation that spiritual being may be, I don't know. I don't know. All right. When I figure that out, I'll make a video about it. But staying on topic for right now, we're addressing solely the practical nature of all these different observations that I've come to realize in my reality, in my world. Because I like to keep shit simple, because I need to be able to take it and use it and do something with it. Okay? Also, spiritual knowledge that gets like a woo-woo, right? For example, like, you are the doer and the non-doer. Okay? What does that mean? What does that mean? And why is that important? So when you learn these little principles here and there, and I heard it called isms. Basically, like, isms is like that verbiage that people use to associate some truth to the world, in a certain part of the world. So learning these different foundations of knowledge, these principles in different areas and different locations, you are then able to use your knowledge and actual principle. You're able to literally directly take learning what you're learning and actually use it in real time, okay, in the present moment. That's why it's important. So when you learn things like these little isms, right? Even when you learn things like, oh yeah, and shout out to False Entity, the YouTuber. Shout out to False Entity, bro. He's the I'm connecting y'all, man. I'm gonna connect y'all with all my YouTubers, man, cause like I'm learning so much through these different YouTubers and different books and different documentaries and different sciences and shit, bro. Like I'm a Sagittarius, so I shoot my arrows, and I shoot my arrows far, and I go different places, man. I travel spiritually. I go different places. I travel mentally, intellectually. I'm Moon Virgo, so you already know, man. Scorpio, Mercury. I think Scorpio, Mercury. So like basically my thinking is very Scorpio. So that's where like I start learning like all about this dark shit and this occult knowledge and stuff like that, which I haven't gotten too deep into yet, cause shit gets hella dark. And it really does have an effect on your psyche. So you need to pace yourself with all this shit, y'all. You need to basically follow your own intuition and set boundaries for yourself as you're gaining this knowledge on how you're going to use it and what you're going to do with it, okay? And take it slow, okay? Because if you start learning all this shit and it's like too much for you and your third eye's opening and all this shit's happening, you can tend to lose yourself in the darkness, and you have to know how to play the game. There's a balance for a reason. You can't just learn about all the dark or cold shit and not be sucked into it, literally like a void, bro. It's a spiritual energy that you're entering when you learn these kind of things. But also the light side of things, like, what am I actually gonna do to eat healthy? Look up Dr. Sabi, bro. Alkaline vegan diet. Shit is light. Because you're not killing anything to get protein. I don't fucking need protein, bro. The protein is within the plants. Because I'm not even going to go over why the fuck I believe that, because I already talked about it in the previous video, on the alkaline video. So go check that out. I'm gonna do science and facts on it. That's another video. Alright, yo, okay, so I'm gonna say one last thing, man. One last thing, because we're already at 30 minutes here. It's fucking getting long. So this, to bring it all the way back home. Alright, so to bring it all the way back home, right? So bring it all the way back home right now, alright? So, alright, so to bring it all the way back home right now, Brahmacharya helped me to consciously manifest discipline. Because I wasn't just doing semen retention. No. This is a spiritual practice. I chose to do this for a spiritual reason because Brahmacharya found me. I didn't look for Brahmacharya. See, when I was looking for all this knowledge and stuff, I found semen retention, right? But Brahmacharya found me. So I was like, whoa, that's kind of... It's weird because when you feel it, you feel it. When you know, you know. When you're spiritually tapped in, you know. It's for me. Maybe it's not for you, right? But when Brahmacharya found me, I was like receptive to it and I fuck with it. And I'm not saying that I'm kind of like going back and forth on it, because 10 years of celibacy is basically like what that is. I made a little oath right there on that piece of paper talking about 10 years of celibacy. So 10 years of celibacy is like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but I might. I don't know. I'm just testing it. I'm trying it out, yo. It seems like it spiritually felt perfect. It felt so right. I was like, yo, my pops comes from a very dark place. And I learned so much from my pops because he wasn't necessarily the type of man that everyone like hated, but he was like so detached from the world, and he was sucked into the void of it. So like having that as a father figure taught me a lot about knowing your God, because had my father known he was God, he would have been able to course correct himself along the way. Because when you know your God, you can change the rules, you can play things because they're your video game. Because you as a human being, you have your own little sect of the world to you. But not only that, your own universe is built around you. Okay? So if anybody tries to tell you that your concerns or your opinions or whatever the fuck you got going on within you isn't valid, and also be careful with this, be careful with what I'm about to say, because you can easily just kind of put this like in a way where like you're not developing yourself, you're not working on you, and you like to think that every other motherfucker out here, every other person is like against you, like the world is your enemy or some shit. All right, so like the world is a matrix, that's for sure. You can only trust yourself. That's why I'm talking about you gotta know your God. But at the same time, you gotta have love to connect you, fam. That's why it's important to take it slow. You don't want to dive so hard into everything, trying to go somewhere so fast, and you lose yourself in the void, bro. You try to get the money so fast, you end up selling your soul to get it. But you need to work on you. You need to build you, not do anything external to get material. Because when you do that, you are now vulnerable and exposed to lower forces, lower spiritual forces. Does that make sense? And when you're exposed to lower spiritual forces for over a period of time, what happens is you get sucked in. It tastes good. It starts to taste good. The anger tastes good. The vengeance tastes good. The lust tastes good. You feel? It starts to get like real unhealthy. You start to lose some of yourself. So this is why Brahmacharya found me, and I was receptive enough to be like, I want to try this. 10 years of celibacy, it didn't even say, that's just something I wrote down. I was like, 10 years. Okay, break it down to 5 years. And then break it down to 3 years. Or, yeah, no, it was, I didn't write down 3 years. 2 years. Then break it down to 1 year. Then 6 months. And then 3 months. And then back to 1 month. And I'm 1 month in. I just got 1 month in. So like right here, as you can see, here, let me show y'all right here. So right here, okay, right here. All right, so right here. I dated it right here. September 20. Here, you can see it right here. Look, I ain't bullshitting. You can see it right here. And I'm not sure, the words are backwards, but here you go. Right the fuck there, okay? Right there. SEP 1 2 TH. That's TH right there. The bottom right there. 2020. I begin here today, September 12th, 2020. There you go. Got a receipt right there. All right. So y'all can't say shit, bro. Got my receipt right there, okay? And for anyone that would say some bullshit, like I could have wrote that some other time. Hell no, bro. Why the fuck would I say lie like that, bro? Fuck that. Hell no, bro. That's nasty, bro. Fuck that. Oh, that's another thing too. I used to be a big liar. I used to lie a lot. I used to like to front and pretend I was someone I'm not. And I did that a lot because of that like occult knowledge and that darkness. So this is why right now, to cleanse myself from all that impurity, right? I'm doing this. And guess what? I've been on semen retention. And I've gotten like months in. Basically like I had no sex. I held my seed in. And I didn't watch pornography. I didn't masturbate. None of that shit, dog. None of that shit. Okay? None of that weird shit, right? I was celibate. And I did that for a while. I went on and off and I did that for a while. But nothing compares to a month of Brahmacharya. Something else took place. When I wrote it down, when I consciously chose to do it, when Brahmacharya came to me and chose me spiritually as a discipline to cleanse myself and to help me be more righteous. Because if you're righteous, only a righteous being can know that they're God. If you are unrighteous, you can't know this. You can't know this within your being. It's impossible for you. You can trick yourself and delude yourself into believing it, right? To program your subconscious and all that. But guess what? That knowledge is gonna be used for materialistic desires. And what's the point, dog? What's the point? Shit fades anyways. All this shit fades. Like you came on this planet, you're gonna die. You're gonna go away. What's the point? It comes and you come. You're probably gonna have to come back if you do that shit. If you use spiritual knowledge to do it in such a way where you sell your soul and you lose yourself in the process, I mean, hey, that's not my place to speak right now. I ain't even gonna talk about that. All I'm gonna say is that, hey, we all have our own karma to serve, and right now, this came to me. I thought I'd make a video about this right here and talk about that and talk about this whole little like vent session I just had to bring you back home and to talk about Brahmacharya and to kind of equate how it's transformed my life, because I think this is so important to share. I don't know, man. I just felt right because after I slipped up, after my Brahmacharya ended, I'm a month in because of me, right? I chose to end it. I chose to end it. So, because I chose to end it, I know that it was my choice to also decide that I'm going to continue doing it. I'm not just going to scrap the project just because I made a mistake. Nah. This is just the beginning. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of the journey. Why would I do some shit like that? This is the start of the story. Why would I do that? So, you're gonna fail. Alright? Here we go. I'm bringing it back right here, okay? This principle. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. You are going to fail. Face the fact. You're going to fail. And it's okay to fail. Remind yourself. Talk to yourself. Make a little mantra for yourself. Okay? What I like to do, I like to tell myself it's okay to fail. I like to tell myself when shit, like earlier when I was outside meditating in the sun, I had to say it for myself. I've been caring for myself. I've been doing a lot of self-care. So that's why I like something like me getting a month in and not basically breaking my oath doesn't fuck me up mentally or spiritually, because I'm rooted in purity. Okay? I did this for a very pure reason. Okay? Pure-heartedly. Because I did it for that, and because I've experienced some darkness here, choosing to end it and to basically say, choose to not follow that oath. Well, all I'm gonna do now is to redeem myself, is to basically make this video right here, but also I'm gonna write down, oh shit, I fucked up right here. Month 1, day right here. Now we're restarting again. Okay? That's what I'm doing. Alright. I'm actually thinking about really like making a whole video on Brahmacharya. And I honestly I think this video kind of like talked about a lot of different things in my life. And this video right here is kind of just something I really felt like making. And I don't know, man. I really felt like making this video. I felt like this was useful, but y'all can let me know, man. Y'all can leave a comment. And let me know. Let me know. Was this useful? Was this something that kind of like expanded your perspective at all? I'm not really sure if I'm just not sure if I should continue making YouTube videos, because I feel like I got my hands in many baskets, and if YouTube isn't the route for me, then I'm not going to continue doing it, because I'm doing it for pure reasons, but at the same time, it's kind of like if you're a broke ass artist and you're trying to like make it in the music industry, bro. What are you doing? You have nothing. You literally have like nothing. So we live in the type of world where if you give your power away like that, you get like you're asking for your soul to be sold. Okay, so you're vulnerable to the darker forces, the darker spiritual forces, okay, of existence. So you gotta establish your own self-knowledge, meaning you gotta know your God. Get to a point where you know your God. I'll make a video again, because I made, fuck that, bro. Go check out my You Are God video way back then. Way back then. You gotta scroll down. I made it way back then. But it's a double video. I'm walking around out in nature talking about it, okay? And I'm saying, like, I'll make another video on it. Don't even trip. But in the meantime, go check out that video. I thought it was very enhancing in my perspective, and the way I kind of talked about how you were God, because I was hella pure during that time when I was making those earlier videos, and before, here, after. And now, I'm just helping myself, man. I'm just helping myself. I had a little cheat meal too recently. This is 43 minutes. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm out, bro. I'm out. I just want to share this with y'all. But I also had a cheat meal, dog. Cause like, look, alkaline vegan, hell yeah, I'm on that. But guess what? I had a cheat meal and I talked about it with y'all. If you go check out the alkaline video, I talked about it with y'all in there too. I said it's okay. I think it's okay personally to have cheat meals, but there's a time and a place for it. A period of time in your life where you do that. It shouldn't just be like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't just be like, it shouldn't be continuous. You should have control over it. Just like you have control over your lust. You should have control over your mouth senses. You should have control over it. All right. So that's why for most of the time I'm back right now to migrating into getting back into deeper states of fasting. Like I'm about to do like a deeper state of fasting, basically like a whole ass water fast for a few days, maybe one day, and do a certain amount of dry fasting as well. Basically like no water, no food. That's what dry fasting is. So dry fasting is more spiritual, whereas water fasting is to really cleanse you, okay? And I'm going to make a separate video on the sciences of fasting as well, because I got so much shit to get into. But this video is kind of like very broad, very like, I'm just venting right now, to be honest. But yeah, like I had a cheat meal. It was just some dairy and shit, and some cheese, and yeah, I thought it was chill, man. I'm just you can cleanse it back out. It's a journey. I'm here for the marathon. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle, fam. I'm here for the marathon. I'm not here for. I'm not here for the race. I'm not here for the race. And my Chinese zodiac is a fucking rabbit. So I'm that first person to be like, oh, like yeah, I'm here for the race. But like, bruh, Brahmacharya has taught me so much about my physical pleasures and my physical senses and getting control over it. So now I'm like for sure, like I for sure know, like I'm here for the marathon. What am I tripping over? Oh, I got a month into Brahmacharya and I slipped up. All right, what's up? It's a month in. I still got a month in. That's dope. All right, but look, right here, I made a whole 10 years old. 10 years. That's a marathon. You run a marathon not for a day, bro. Not for a month. Nah, you run a marathon for a big portion of your life. We are in a marathon. We are in a marathon. You are a marathon in your life. So don't trip over your little bitty mistakes here in the present moment. It's okay to make mistakes. Make that shit a mantra to yourself. Start talking it. Literally tell yourself that. Tell yourself it's okay to make mistakes. Tell yourself. Shit, that's what I do. That's what I do. Okay, you could have your own little spin on it. You can say whatever the fuck you want, but that's what I do. I talk to myself and I say that in the moments that I need it. I don't just do it normally. I might, but right now I did it earlier in the meditation while I was meditating on the sun. It just came to me. The spiritual knowledge to do so came to me, so I did it. And I'm about to make a video on marijuana too. And this video on marijuana is gonna be very important, so stay tuned, y'all. Yo, guys. 46 minutes in. I don't really know if anyone's watching, but if you're still watching, please comment in the comment section below and let me know that you've been watching up to this far in the video. So without further ado, this was before, here, after. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I was here before. I'm here now. And I'm damn straight be here after. Peace. I'm not doing that scream shit no more. Fuck that. I might have certain times when I do that, but right now I'm chilling. So it's a chill vibe. Peace.